Hello, dear listeners. So I don't have a real trigger warning for you today, aside from our normal crude language, but I just wanted to pop in and give a quick little disclaimer. In this episode, we talk about some real-world issues such as overconsumption, fast fashion, etc. However, no research or notes were done specifically in preparation for this episode. This is a genuine, casual conversation between friends, so I highly recommend doing your own research on these topics and not taking anything we say as gospel. We're not dumb. We know what we're talking about. We're just not professionals. Anyway, I hope you enjoy.
I brought a stuffed animal with me today, so I won't fidget with anything hard.
I have a crocheted chicken nugget.
Nice. Richard, what do you have that's
also
soft?
Pliers.
No! Richard, no, put them down! Put down the pliers! Richard, put down the pliers.
Alright.
Frickin' jigsaw over here.
Welcome to Hobbyhorses, an info dump podcast where we talk about our miscellaneous interests, obsessions, and hyperfixations. I'm 1/3 of your host, Thia.
And I am...
Just the crash.
That's the second third of our host, Richard.
Hi, are we just going through this?
And I'm the third of your host, Aaron. What calamity was that? Why did you just, fall out of your chair in the middle of Thia's going?
Wait, me?
I heard a giant bang!
Oh,
me.
I threw my
That
phone
wasn't
on the
me.
floor. If you're talking about from my side,
Yeah.
I threw my phone on the floor.
That's why I was laughing, because Thea was talking. She was like, I'm 1/3 of your... I was like,
Well,
what?
it's like, it doesn't matter, you can just cut that out.
I know, but it made me laugh. I'm sorry.
It did make me laugh as well. And then you didn't talk.
And then he just stopped. He cut off, you know?
So anyway, how is everyone doing?
I'm doing good. Easter was just upon us, and I got sick, and I spent my Easter watching Bridgerton all day. And so now I've officially seen the whole show. And
oh my god, we can have BBN. Breaking Bridgerton news.
Bridgerton news. I finally watched the show. And I had 3 things that I wanted to say about Bridgerton now, having just published the episode. 1, season 3 is definitely the weakest season. However, I honestly, this is my hot take. When I heard it was the weakest season, I expected it to be really bad. I honestly did not find it that much worse than season 1.
Interesting.
I don't know. Season 1 was very iconic. However, I think it's also just because it has very similar setup where there's sort of the falling in love, then the betrayal, and then they're married and acting like the relationship's gonna end.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then they get back together. So it was very similar. So in that regard, I kind of wish it did something a little different because I felt like they were kind of reheating season 1's nachos, so to speak. Also, Simon and Daphne, iconic, though the age gap. Sometimes, I just felt like Daphne was so young and immature. But it's also because she was sheltered. But, I was like, yeah, that's a 30-year-old man and, a 19 to 20-year-old woman. I loved them. They were very cute. But I was like, sometimes it'd be like, the age gap is age gapping. Which is really why I liked how, the other couples are more along the lines similar in age. Because I really liked that they felt like equals. My other hot take is, I liked the Mondriches. I'm sorry, Ingrid. I did not
gave a shit about the Mondriches? How dare you?
I liked them as characters, which made me a little sad because I felt like they could have explored more of the fact that because it focuses so much on the upper class. I liked when they were lower class. I preferred that, and I like them sort
honestly,
of coming
so do I.
into the upper class. That's an interesting storyline, but I just wish it was slower. I wish that we could have sort of seen the evolution and just spent more time sort of examining the two sides of the coin, because I feel like that was what they were there for, and that was interesting, seeing the juxtaposition. But then when they just made them also upper class, or at least quickly. With Rose, what felt like very quickly, but I also watched the whole show in like a couple days.
Yeah.
I felt like it was just too quick, and I preferred it, because then when they were cutting to the montages, I was like, well, this is no different than the rest of the side characters.
Yeah, I think my thing with the montages is I just feel like I thought all of their storylines were interesting and had certain benefits to them. I think it's just the fact that they were trying to almost create this entire other side story that had nothing to do with the original plot, that because it still felt kind of rushed, it just annoyed me, because I was like, it's not everything I want it to be, and therefore I don't want it to be at all, kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's just taking away from the main couple.
Yeah. It felt sometimes they cut to them, and I was like, we haven't seen them in a hot minute, and their story is moving so slow, which was like, they were interesting. I just feel like they could have maybe, like, had cut out like another side plot and sort of just had that one, given that one more attention, and that would have been better. But anyway, those were my breaking Bridgerton news updates.
Yeah.
Thank you, Thea. And I have an update for my audience.
Oh yeah, for the Richardites.
My audience, yeah, the Richard audience.
The Richardites,
also known as the majority of the audience.
Ah, yes, of course.
Except for
even though you keep telling people not to listen to the podcast.
Even though I keep telling people not to listen to the podcast.
You're sabotaging us.
I live in mortification that anyone at my work ever finds out this exists. But I don't think anyone cares enough about me to care, so let's go.
That's so depressing, oh my god. Richard, make friends.
Okay. So, my breaking news is, you might remember last time we talked about models.
Oh my gosh. Attracting.
Attracting, yes, I'm so... Yes. That's a correction from last time. It is called attracting,
which makes the title... that makes the title a lot less creepy, I'm gonna be honest.
Well, my update was, of course, going to be that I finished
BMN,
models, and so
breaking models news.
I am now single. So
officially,
well, you weren't before you were dating models. You were dating the author of the book. Is actually what was happening.
Yeah, Mark. Yeah,
Mark. You and Mark. I'm so sorry to hear about you and Mark. I'm so sorry that you guys broke up.
Thanks. It was a limited time thing.
It was a hot summer fling.
It was the winter.
Well, a spring fling.
A spring fling.
Late winter, early spring. Yeah. Anyway,
well, that doesn't have the same ring to it.
With the late winter, early spring fling.
Yeah, not sure about that one, boss.
Anyway, so if you are interested in this velvety voice and
oh god.
Sorry, I didn't. That was just a visceral reaction. I couldn't help that. I apologize, Richard. Please make your pitch.
And incredible personality. Yeah, I don't know. Contact us at Hobbyhorses. What's it? Do we have an email? I think we have an email, right?
We do have an email.
Is it hobbyhorsespodcast@gmail.com?
I believe so.
Yes.
Hey.
Good job.
Remember,
all right.
So please contact us at hobbyhorses podcast@gmail.com. In the subject line, please include dating Richard, and please include a resume attached for why I should date you. Thank you.
A resume, a cover letter. Okay.
A cover letter is preferred.
Yeah.
Should I make a little emotions graphic video for this part and like put a photo of you?
Yeah, that's actually
with a drink.
Oh yeah! Oh my god! Yes, please include
all
that.
my beautiful photos of you. that I have.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. All right, we're cooking. We're cooking with gas today.
But Thea, I fear that if that was done, that could break up some relationships. You know, like. That is a dangerous level of sexiness. That photo.
Richard, I'm peeking. You're making me peek my mic. I'm laughing too hard. Yeah. All right. No, but I think, Rich, I think that's a risk we're gonna have to take. You know.
All right. Don't say I didn't warn you guys. Okay.
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 I mean, this is how we blow up, obviously.
Yeah. No.
From the Richard thirst traps. Yeah.
Should we make an edit? I feel like we need to make an edit now.
Oh, wait, can we please make a Richard edit? Please, please, please. I want that, so I'll make it. You know what? I'll make it.
Anyway, do we want to... I actually have no idea what we're talking about today. Do we want to talk about what we're talking about?
Today's... Well, first, and Carrie, was there anything about your day? How you
Oh,
doing
that's
that
so
you would like to share?
sweet. I was just thinking, I was like, I didn't get to share about my day, but I wasn't going to bring it up. Because I was like, you know what? I'm not going to get spoiled for it and say anything.
There were 3/3 of this podcast.
Oh my...
That's true.
Thank
and
you.
you are
Welcome.
one of the thirds.
Yeah, I am. Well, someone died at work today. So, you know, we're coping with that.
Well, they didn't
For
physically
clarification,
die.
not at
Not
work.
at
It was
work.
someone from your work.
Someone that I work with was ill and in the hospital and died. I work with people
Which
with
is very sad.
physical and intellectual disabilities, so you know it's sort of it comes with the territory a little bit, but obviously
Still sad.
still
Yeah.
it's still
It's
not
still
not
hard.
yeah, it's still hard. I didn't really know this person that well, but I'm mostly, you know, when the news broke, I mostly just felt really sad for the people who didn't know him very well. There are a lot of tears shed, you know.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
So,
Well, Thea,
You
thanks
see,
for asking
this is
me how
why
my day
I
was.
didn't ask Anhara how her day was going, because I knew that is what happened during her day. And I was like, I don't know if we want that in our lighthearted hyperfixation
I don't know
podcast.
if there'd be something else you wanted to share. Another
I mean,
life update, anything.
another life update. I changed jobs
I don't know.
recently to this new job. It's been going pretty well so far, except for, you know, the dying bit.
Today.
I'm also on Hinge, and single, so if you want to hit me up, you can. I'm the better sibling, so I...
Okay,
And I-
now
That's
cueing
fine.
Herod at it.
To be...
Okay.
Oh, yes, okay. I
Anhara,
feel
come
like
on,
I
you gotta
can't-
make your pitch. You gotta make your
Okay.
pitch. Talk to the viewer. Talk to the viewer.
Talk
Put
to
an
the
image
viewer?
in their mind.
Alright.
Paint a picture. Why should they date you?
Hello, I'm Meg Herod. I'm very funny, as you can tell from this. Very personable. I'm a hero. Because I care for people all day. That's my job. And
That's true.
Yeah.
you'll never find anyone as cool or humble as me. So
Okay.
I think you should
That's true.
Very true.
you should reach out to me. And I also edit 2/3 of this podcast. So if you enjoy
That's
it,
true.
the majority of it is edited by me.
That's true. There's nothing hotter than being an editor.
Exactly. And I am the better Paul sibling. So hit me up with the email description of dating inherits instead of dating Richard. And you don't you aren't required a resume, but you do have to tell me what you have been hyperfixated on the most in either recent times or in your life.
I would like to add that while Herod really talked about her personality and what she brings to the table, I just want to talk about my rockin' bod. I rise up to a gallant 5'9".
Gallant.
I sit at a mouth-watering 200 pounds.
Yeah.
Um,
Hey guys, I just want to let you know I'm 210 pounds of only ass. Alright? Just ass. Alright?
Yo.
210 pounds of curves and butt, ladies and gentlemen.
God. Guys, your digital footprint is getting out of control.
Look, as long as I don't sell the story of Blood in the Clock Tower trivia, then it's fine.
We've already told that story.
Oh, have I already told? Oh, God.
Did.
No.
Richard, that was literally in our board games episode.
No.
They know your secrets.
No. Why did I do that?
Gosh. Richard, have you actually ever listened to one of our finished episodes?
I don't think so.
I have not.
No.
Oh my god.
I'm worried that if I listened to another one of those episodes, it would prevent me from getting in a relationship because I would fall in love with myself too much like narcissists.
Oh my god.
I would just continue listening to the episode again and again and eventually suffer away because I can't pull myself away from my oral beauty.
Alright, Narcissus, I'm gonna drown you in your own lake if you keep talking.
Alright.
Anyway, Thea, what's the topic for today?
So, today's topic is a little bit weird. I don't want to say weird. It's a little bit more abstract. The last couple topics I've talked about have been, like, media I've been interested in, like video games, Vocaloid, TV shows with BoJack Horseman.
Yeah.
And so, but this episode, I just wanted to kind of talk about something that's been on my mind for a while. It's kind of a Richard style topic, similar to dieting, though a little less dramatic. So, context, for those who know nothing about me, I graduated in the spring of 2025 from college, so almost a year ago, which is very scary to think about.
Yeah.
I got my bachelor's in art and illustration, and I don't think I have to explain that it's incredibly difficult right now for anyone in that field. And then, in the same month, I developed horrible chronic pain in my neck and shoulder that has not gone away. It's more manageable, but, like, I was unable to really do anything physical for months. I finally do have a part-time job, but, for, like, months and months I was unemployed and wasting away and feeling depressed.
I thought we said this was going to be less traumatic.
I was thinking that. I was like, okay. Alright.
Maybe it's not. Maybe it is dramatic, but...
The chronic pain
long
episode.
story...
Yum.
So basically, though, long story short, over the past year, I've been really just sitting and thinking about my career, what I want to do in life, which leads into my newest little, like, daydream that I keep having, and it's the topic of this episode, which is starting a business of some kind.
Yay!
That's the topic. And basically... my main issue, like, yeah, I could start a small business of, like, selling art or prints or something, but the daydream that I'm specifically having is having, like, a physical space where I could contribute something meaningful in, like, a town or, like, some sort of society of some kind. Because, like, we've all seen the news.
Unfortunately.
It's very bleak. And one of my biggest... well, I guess there's sort of two sides of this. One, I'm very annoyed that it's impossible to be an ethical consumer of anything.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that really bothers me deeply, and, like, it's gotten to a point where I just put off buying anything, because if I buy something from Amazon or a corporation, I feel like a bad person. So, anytime I want to buy something, it won't be easy. I'll spend, like, hours looking online, trying to find, like, ethical places to buy something until I eventually get fed up and probably just buy it from Amazon. I've been trying really hard not to do that anymore, but it's just, like, it's expensive finding alternatives, and it takes forever. And especially when it's dumb little things, you're not gonna find it.
Can I ask?
Yes.
Have you ever seen Schitt's Creek?
I've seen, like, the first season, but I haven't actually finished it.
Okay. Because... in Schitt's Creek, David opens a store called the Rose Apothecary, and basically it just takes a bunch of different crafts and products from a bunch of different local businesses and puts them all in one storefront, and it just sounds exactly like what you're saying.
That's what I want! That's what the store I want!
Yeah, so I was like, okay, so you're just making the Rose Apothecary, which, to be fair, good business.
That is exactly what I kind of want. Like, I want something, and I don't necessarily mean I'd start that myself, but that's sort of, like, where my mind's been at. I've just been, like, really fed up with corporations and consumerism and everything. And there's just so much of it that it just keeps getting more and more overwhelming. And so, when I've been thinking a lot about, like, my career and what I want to do, like, years ago, like, when high school, when I was, like, thinking about where I was going to go to college, like, I was like, oh, I want to go into art and then get an art job, like, an industry job, and work as a character designer, which I quickly found out is, like, impossible to get into. Yeah. I mean, it's not impossible, but it's very, 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 very hard, and I don't even know where to start, and it's very overwhelming. And now, like, it's with everyone in AI taking our jobs.
So I think, guys, if you have a job that you want to give to Thia, email Hobbyhorses podcast at gmail.com and make the subject title dating Thia, just to keep consistent. Like, you're not actually dating Thia, but, you know, to keep the theme.
I feel like we should make an edit of me now just sitting at my computer looking awkward. It's like, give me a job.
100%. Alright, I'm so excited to make all of these edits, and I'm gonna get to make edits and pretend that I'm being productive. Love that.
It's for business.
It's for our business. This is our business, Thia.
Yeah.
Business. Doctor.
But the second sort of thing is I've been really into sort of like the idea of third spaces, just like somewhere else to go that isn't work at home. Mm-hmm. Like a third space where
I agree. This is something that I've been thinking about a lot as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I've been thinking about it at all, but it sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. And so just like the idea of a community space where anyone can go in, because like a lot of times nowadays you go to bars, you go to clubs or coffee shops, but like you always have to spend money. Wherever you go, you have to spend money. And you could go to the library, but you can't talk because you have to be quiet.
No, you don't have to.
Well, you don't have. No one's forcing you at gunpoint.
It's a social norm. It's a social norm.
I'm not saying there's like a librarian holding you at gunpoint. I mean, at my local library there is, but I'm sure there's not at everyone's library. But just like that idea of having also a space that's accessible for like kids or teenagers, that has also been something that I've been thinking about. And just like the idea of wanting just to create something that has like physical worth. Because whenever I've been thinking, like, ever thought about my career, like, I've always wanted to have an impact in what I've done. Like, I've wanted in my art and in, like, my writing and stuff to, like, create something that resonates with people. But I think now that I'm in, like, a adult headspace where I'm thinking about careers and more of that, like, investment type of thinking, a physical manifestation of that in like a brick and mortar business has sort of just been what's on my mind a lot. I had it
awful. Oh,
what was that?
I don't know. Okay, well,
I don't think that was mine. Well, we'll find out.
Well, it was really weird that we all heard it.
Yeah. Oh well.
Alright, someone has hacked into our call, guys. Someone is listening.
Hacker. I'm available.
Oh my
email. Hobbyhorsespodcast@gmail.com.
Hey, Richard, are you being kind of needy right now?
Yeah, this is speaking of needy.
Oh no. No,
not needy behavior.
No, I'm just being confident in my own romantic and sexual desires. Okay?
Are you being polarizing?
I'm being needy.
I feel like this is polarizing.
I'm being polarizing.
I think this book is now going to haunt our podcast.
I think so too. Oh god, we're never going to escape models. Damn it. This time next year, we're going to be having an interview with Mark.
Are you manifesting that? Is that your vision board?
I think it would be genuinely hilarious.
I like how professionally you're supposed to like refer to authors by their last names, but we're just talking like he's a close friend of ours.
Yeah,
like, yeah, let's call Mark up. Let's get Mark up here.
Anyway, Thia, you were talking about your business.
Yeah, basically, what I was saying is I want to start something, but I get very stressed out with money and legality and all that, and I've also worked for small businesses my whole life, and I've seen how stressful owning one is. Like, my bosses, they're always running around like crazy. There's so much on their plate, and it's really hard to make ends meet, to properly staff your store or business while also not losing money and paying too many employees. And it's just like, I've seen firsthand how difficult it is, and that immediately discourages me. But there's the other side of, like, could I create something that's really meaningful and has purpose and positively contributes something in society that isn't just, like, I don't know, feeding into consumerism too much?
So, let me ask. So, you talk about feeding into consumerism, and I do agree. I mean, obviously there are a lot of bad things with society, but, like, what do you consider, like, the evil of consumerism? Like, what separates an ethical brand from a non-ethical brand? Like, what is the things that actually, the impacts you actually care about?
First off, supporting your employees and having livable wages, contributing positively by donating to charities or using your space or supplies in, like, a way that can, like, you can help local charities like soup kitchens or stuff like that. A lot of, and I'm going to talk a little bit later about my little clothing brand idea, but, like, a lot of consumerism in clothing is a really big problem, especially with fast fashion, and supporting these brands that are from sweatshops overseas and in very, like, underprivileged societies where they're taken advantage of, and then the clothes can be sold for pennies, and then there are people that'll literally buy, like, new clothes every single month, barely wear it, and then throw it out or give it away, and then you just have a surplus of all this clothing. I'm gonna be so honest with you guys, I have done, like, no notes for this episode. So if it sounds like I'm unprepared, it's because I am. But what I'm sort of getting at is you can wear the same outfit multiple times until it rips and breaks and get years and years of wear out of it. But there are a lot of people.
I feel like that's fairly common, isn't it?
Yes,
at least for guys.
Like, still, there's brands that they're always looking for the next thing, and there's a lot of influencers that do these hauls where they'll buy, like, 50 items from Shein and sort of advertise it as, like, oh, you should do this. This is something, like, I bought all these clothing, and then the next video, it's another haul from another fast fashion brand, and all these clothing are not going to get worn.
I feel like this is definitely
but that's, like,
issue.
That's, like, a tiny fraction of a tiny percent.
But
that's
Richard, I feel like this issue is a little bit less prevalent with guys, because guys tend to just have smaller wardrobes in general. But I think women, I feel like we're pushed onto this idea of fashion that we can't...
Which is why we're the better gender.
Jesus. Alright. Anyone who is writing that email is deleting it right now. Richard is the face of patriarchy.
I am the face of the patriarchy.
But this is why we're gonna get canceled, Richard. I feel like I should make a compilation of every cancelable thing you've ever said. Because it's like
my mission on this podcast is to be the one that gets us canceled. If an Herod jumps in and gets us canceled, I will be devastated.
You'll be devastated?
I don't want to be canceled.
What? Okay. Also, why would I get us canceled?
Anyway, we're talking about fast fashion.
Fast fashion. Yeah, I feel like women are kind of pressured, or at least I personally feel this pressure of, like, you're not supposed to, like, outfit repeat, or, like, you know, and you're always sort of looking for the newest, cutest, like, fashions, at least if you're sort of into that.
Yeah. And it's also a bigger problem with social media and young... Well, actually, I'm just kind of speculating. I don't know if this is a real thing. But, like, I can imagine with, like, teenagers and young kids that are now all over social media, especially with young girls, this pressure to sort of fit in with whatever's trendy. Like, you can see it with Stanleys, those huge water bottles. Literally, there are people with, like, so many Stanleys, and you literally only need one water bottle in your life until it maybe breaks or gets bent or something. But people are just buying.
I'm really I'm side-eyeing my Stanley Cup.
Alright, like, I'm gonna play right now. I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Who is that hurting? That we have a bunch of Stanley Cups, or who is that hurting that we have a bunch of clothes?
The world,
in the environment,
the earth.
How?
landfills.
Well, I can send you actual, because it contributes to factory pollution, and it all ends up in a landfill. That's why shopping secondhand is very, very good for the environment, because you can use an item for its full lifespan.
Mm-hmm. Also, because these items are so fucking dirt cheap, because that's how they work, everything is made by basically slave labor. They're being made in factories with workers that get like cents per hour.
It's these big CEOs that are doing this purposefully so they can sell things as cheap as possible, so more of it sells, and they want to do it as a low cost as possible. So if we as a society are like, no, we're not going to support you if you're doing these practices. If you want us to buy your things, we want to see this, this, and this. That's going to improve working conditions for these people, and it's going to make the jobs safer, better, and these people that aren't going to feel like their choices are either dying or working at this job that is actively putting them at risk.
Yeah, I mean, and to sort of almost reiterate what Thia's saying, it's the greed at the end of the day that I find, so abhorrent. It's the fact that these big companies, because like the problem, I mean, consumerism, I'm gonna like tie it, consumerism
so you
and
think
capitalism, that, like, I think the problem with capitalism is that there are people, on the top who are so money hungry and power hungry that they are completely exploiting their workers. And I think that's, the biggest issue. As well as saying, like, with fast fashion, the exploitation is obviously really shitty. And then on top of that, it's the factory emissions and the landfill stuff.
Yeah.
So it's just sort of bad all around.
I want to say that personally, I'm a big fan of co-ops.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I heard this argument the other day, well, not the other day, like a year ago, but it's basically like, we have democracy, a flawed democracy, but we have democracy when it comes to our political leaders. But when it comes to the thing that perhaps is even more important a lot of the times in our lives, which is our work, we live under basically a dictatorship.
Yeah.
And so I really think that co-ops are something that we should be spreading around and something that we should be encouraging, and maybe even something that eventually should be legally mandated.
Can you define a co-op, please? I don't know what that is.
A co-op is when the control of a company is under, essentially the workers control the company.
Yeah.
I see.
So, like, in theory, everyone benefits. It encourages people to be more invested in their job, so it and thus they do better, because it's not like, I work at a Chipotle, I get paid pennies, I'm not gonna smile at people because I get stuff thrown at me. Like, that, like, if you actually have a say in the company or the business and you benefit from it doing well, it's supposed to, in theory, help all around.
Yeah, I mean, in theory.
They're not perfect.
Yeah. They definitely...
Unfortunately, nothing's perfect.
Yes.
But I think having... Even if that's not feasible, I think, to bring us back to the sort of discussion of small businesses, I think having, owning a small business that is ethical and does give back to the community, it might not change, like, the world, but it would, it would certainly change a community.
Sort of why
and I think that...
May I say quickly?
So yes.
Shut the fuck up, Thia. I was just gonna say that I was gonna make that point as well about how small businesses are important and can help their community, but Harry got to it before. So I just want to make sure that people know that I care.
We're talking such animosity. I felt bad saying that. I apologize.
Person.
I felt bad saying that.
That's
okay.
So much vigor. It's okay, inherit.
It was a joke. I'm sorry.
It was a very vigorous saying.
Well, you said it very vigorously too. I felt like I had to return in kind.
But no. But I want to hear more about, like, Thia. Like, do you have any actual, like, plans for what you want to do? Like,
kaleidoscope.
Oh, so I should talk now?
Yeah.
I shouldn't.
Oh, yeah. You may talk.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
No, I appreciate you taking cues. I'll let you know.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm sure you will. Yeah. Anyway.
Oh Oh my god, I'm sensing tension. I'm uncomfortable with the energy in the studio we've created today.
We'll bring it up with HR later, it's fine.
I think you are HR, Thia.
I am.
To be fair, Thea, you are already basically our manager. I'm not gonna give a lie. Like, I know that we're technically equal, and I do most of the editing. But every time I'm thinking about something, I take it up with you. I'm like, hey Thea, am I allowed to do this? Hey, Thea,
I just want to say that was a joke. I didn't mean to hurt anyone's feelings. I really value this job. I please don't fire me.
Alright, you were excused.
Yay!
Anyway, yeah, I was gonna bring up sort of my two business, well, I guess three. One of them isn't actually thought out, it's just a daydream. But I've had like two sort of, I'm calling them daydreams because I don't know if I actually have any real solid plans to start them, because I dream big and then I get easily overwhelmed. Like, the minute I see any sort of roadblock or see a large amount of money that it would cost, I'm like, no, I can't do that, I don't have that much money.
Yeah.
But I did want to sort of talk about my last semester at school. I did a graphic design project that was basically, we were making a really big progress book for a brand of our own creation. So it's basically showing our branding, advertisements, how like the brand and graphic design would work in reality, just sort of like an idea. But basically for that class, we had to construct a hypothetical business, like make something up. And I chose to do a online thrift shop, which I called Kaleidofly. And I was very invested in this hypothetical business that I made up, because it was sort of as a way to address some issues that I talked about here, like my problems with consumerism, with the fact that there's no ethical consumption under our current capitalist society, how it's impossible to buy something. So I had this whole idea in my mind, so I created this idea, and it was supposed to be a like thrift / secondhand equivalent of Amazon or Shein for clothing. So all secondhand clothes, stuff that's donated, and so you can basically just charge for the work that it takes in cleaning the clothes. That was a big thing that I wanted to do, was making sure that the clothes are clean and in good condition. Really good sizing, so like everything hand measured and like a universal size chart, so that you can really know that if you're gonna order something,
I
that
would
it'll fit.
love that. I hate going to figure out my size.
Just like in general, like a online thrift shop that felt like a real store. Because sometimes I'll go online and I'll look at all these like eBay or Shop Goodwill online, and it'll be like a really grungy kind of photo. You can't really see what it looks like. There's not a lot of information.
It looks like it was made in 2003.
Yeah, and you can't really see it styled or on a person, because they're usually always on a weird little mannequin. And the idea was sort of, unlike like a consignment shop where you basically sell your own clothes, you would donate your clothes, get points by donating, and those points can be later used for discounts, free shipping, stuff like that. Basically, I just had this whole kind of idea for something that feels very community-based, where people could upload photos of how, like, they styled the shirt, sort of like a fashion aspect, and generally just sort of to foster a very creative, fun environment. And I had sort of thought about if it like expanded into like a physical location, then you could do a lot of stuff with having like a community space, like maybe introducing like a coffee shop like attachment where people can come in and look at clothes. And there's like my principal would be like, no pressure to buy something. So if you just wanted to come hang out with your friends and look at clothes, it wouldn't feel weird if you left without buying stuff. Like, that was sort of my kind of idea behind that. And so that's been my business that's been the most fleshed out, because I had to do a whole class on it.
It's very fleshed out. You guys should see her project on it. It's very the graphic book. Design is beautiful. And also one of the people who was like a prospective client is really sexy. I think their name was Herod.
Yes, my target audience.
Yeah, your target.
How could you date her?
You can just email at hobbyhorsespodcast@gmail.com. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask the evil question: is why don't you do it?
Because it's so much work. Well, there's a couple reasons. First, I come in, like, guns blazing with projects, and I'm like, oh yeah, I can do this really easily. And then I don't account for, like, burnout, not having enough time, like, troubleshooting, and then I spread my time a little too thin, and I do that with a lot of projects until I get burnt out and don't want to do it anymore. 2, I don't really have a space, so, like, doing, like, an online shop like that, I would need, 1, like, a setup to take photos of clothing. I would need to make sure I have a good grade of, like, a cleaning plan. I would need a place where people could drop off or send clothes. And it's just, there's a lot of logistics that I just don't know how I can accomplish right now with my current savings.
Yeah.
And it would just be, like, for me to, like, fully commit, I'd probably have to really...
Thia, is this episode a business pitch? Are you trying to find investors? Are you trying to get clients right now?
Send an email to hobbyhorsespodcast@gmail.com if you would like to invest in my dreams.
Title it Dating Kaleidofly.
Dating Kaleidofly! I don't know. It's like, it's one of those things where the idea of actually trying to start is really scary because I would have to, like, I'd have to dive myself in head first. And I would have to burn a lot of money on it, probably, to start it. And
but I think, like, how much money do you actually need to burn? You need what do you need? Mailing address?
I would need
a mannequin or, like, little place to take photos.
I'd need... it's more of a space thing, honestly, than a money thing.
But how much space do you need?
Well,
if you had 1,000 outfits, then you'd need a space. But, like,
I'd need...
Let's imagine we start really small.
Yeah, well, I'd need a photo space. I'd need storage for the clothing.
Okay.
What is that?
Right.
Sorry,
seriously.
The squeaking is bothering me.
The hacker is back.
Yeah.
I think
he's an
it's
investor.
not me, I don't know.
I don't know. Is it me?
I don't know.
I think it is, but
me,
I don't know.
Jesus?
But it is probably doable, but it's just
but, like, think, like, minimal viable product. Like, you could definitely do this in a few weeks. Like, you could do it.
That's
I'm
true.
also scared of failure.
Like, an online store is like, you can start it and then you can do it out of your own house, and then if it takes off, then you need to work on getting more spaces. But
yeah.
I get fear of failure though. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like
so do I.
You have a lot of see, I'm scared if you do this, you wouldn't have time to do the podcast anymore. And Thia, you're the only one who's motivating us. I really enjoy doing this podcast, but I also need you. I need you to be my executive function.
That is my role, the executive function.
Yes.
Yes.
But do you guys want to hear about my other 2 daydream businesses?
Yes,
yes.
What are the ideas? We can vote on which one is the best.
Okay. I also have a game, which we'll get to in a second.
Okay.
But my 2 little daydream businesses is one, a tiny soup restaurant called The Cauldron that has a witch theme.
Yes.
And it's like 4 soups that change out every day. And it's, like, really cheap for a little cup of soup. And then you can, like, pay one forward where you can, like, pay for, like... I'm imagining, like...
sorry.
What do you mean? So, like, $2 a cup. Or you could pay $4 and, like, someone who is, like, needs food could come in and get, like have, like, soup kitchen hours. Like, an actual soup kitchen where people can come in.
So it's not the thing where, like, you go to, like, a restaurant and they're, like... We're paying it forward, which means that you pay for the previous person's food, and then the next person pays for your food.
No,
it just is weird, and I don't like it.
No, like I've seen some, like, dollar pizza slice places where you can literally tape $1 on the wall and someone who's hungry can come in and get a piece of pizza with that $1 that someone donated. So, like, just something to, like, that's kind of fun. I love soup. Soup is my passion.
You know, this would go hard on TikTok. Like, I see so many like TikToks and Instagram reels of like, you have to go to this aesthetically pleasing witch soup cafe, and you can even, and it has soup dollars. It has soup dollars. But like, I feel like this could go hard. You could make a really aesthetic Instagram page.
Yeah. But my recent development to this daydream is having it be a food truck, because all I would need is, I wouldn't need a fully decked out, I need an approved kitchen, but I wouldn't need a fully decked out truck. I would just need something to keep the soup warm, and then you could go to different locations and just serve soup.
Bro.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's my secondary daydream. Mm-hmm. And then my third daydream, that's barely a daydream, it was just this idea that I had that I thought would be kind of fun. A business that is a coffee shop in the morning and then a club at night. I don't know, like a nightclub at night. I just feel like, because nightclubs, they have to be closed during the daytime, and coffee shops are closed during the night. But you could utilize that, having them both open. But anyway, that's my last little daydream that I won't actually do, but I thought it was a clever idea. TM, no one steal that in case I do become an entrepreneur. And
I've been to places that are like coffee shops during the day and like bars at night.
Yeah. I like a nightclub. I like to dance.
Nightclubs are more fun.
Yeah.
But Thea, that you actually just stole that idea from my animation After Hours of the Witch.
I was gonna say,
who has a coffee shop by day and a potion store for all of the ghouls and ghosts.
I feel like
by night.
That's just the combination of the cauldron and the nightclub idea.
That's true. It is.
The little witch.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like once I finish my current like art commissions, I'm really gonna think about maybe doing something.
Yeah.
But it's just like, my main issue is I know I have so many aspirations, and I feel like that sort of just comes with the territory of being 20 and newly graduated and wanting to do everything and not having enough time.
Yeah.
Because like my first year post-graduation, I was in pain and very tired and burnt out and very low like mental health, but now my mental health is better because I got employed.
Yay.
And now all that creative energy is coming back, and I'm just like, I want to do literally every single thing on earth, and I don't know, I don't have time for it all.
That's fair.
But
I don't know, is there like a good way to figure out what you actually want to do? Because I'm still dealing with that. I have no idea what I want to do. I'm working in...
You just Google
we should start the cauldron together.
We could.
But before we start the game, which of my prospective businesses would you hypothetically invest in?
Ooh.
Invest in?
Or like that you would support, you would encourage me to pursue? The Kaleidofly or the cauldron?
See...
I think Kaleidofly, because I think you're more passionate about it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking as well. I feel like Kaleidofly, you put so much effort into it, and the fact that you did it for a whole school project and you're not sick of it kind of means that you like the idea.
That is true. That is true. I'm done with school and I am still thinking about it. I didn't even think about it like that, but...
Yeah. So you've been thinking about it for a while and you are passionate about it. I also think that it is more feasible as something that you can start with like a lower threshold. If you did the other one, you'd have to like buy a whole fucking soup fan.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
I generally would invest in it if you want a little bit of money. I mean, not like a massive amount, but yeah.
I would give you...
We can talk about that after. $2. $2, thank you.
What's the current ask? What's the current equity?
Actually, you know what, Thea? You know what I would give you is I could give you a bunch of my clothes that I don't want.
Hey, I'll take that.
So... it would give me. It would be good reason for me to purge my closet. So
yeah, I want another sort of reason why I've been thinking more outside of the box career-wise is because lately I've been really struggling with art burnout and finding motivation to draw, which is weird because when I was in school, I had no problem with it being forced to do stuff but I think just, like, I do better with outside pressure. Like, the idea that I need to have something done because someone's waiting for me and I have a specific deadline, I am way better at forcing myself to do something I don't want to do. But I just don't know if I can realistically be a freelance artist. Like, seriously. I don't know if I have that desire. And so the idea of doing something that's little less, that's still creative and something I'm passionate about, but separate from art stuff that I could maybe bring art in later. I don't know, it's just been kind of appealing right now, but I don't know. I do have a game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's do the game.
Now I'm ready to play.
Alright, does anyone have access to a D20?
Probably. Actually, yes, I do.
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
We're such nerds that we both immediately have D20 available.
Alright.
Well, how many I've got a lot of D20s.
You do, okay.
4.
I only have
5.
1. Alright, actually I have 2, but one
6,
of them is tiny.
7.
And by that I mean physically
Probably
small.
more.
It still
8.
has 20 sides.
9.
Alright.
Alright, I got 9 D20s.
How many D20s do we need?
Just one D20.
Oh.
I have 9.
So, here's what's gonna happen. In this hypothetical situation in the game, I am a big investor. So we're gonna Shark Tank.
Okay.
I'm gonna have you guys roll a D20 twice, and you're gonna get 2 random words / categories. And you have to pitch me a business idea with both of those words as sort of the prop. So I'm gonna give you some time, and with the magic of editing, it's gonna be a second. But I'm gonna let you write down a couple ideas, and then I'm gonna ask some questions, and you're gonna pitch me your business.
Okay, that sounds fun.
I will roll, if I have to get 2 words, I will roll twice with my 2 different
You know what? I'm
Yeah.
also gonna roll twice with my 2 different die.
That's
I thought
true.
you said you had 1.
I do. I have 2. I have 1 big one and then 1 small one.
All right.
I'm ready.
Whoever, you guys may roll.
All right.
Roll.
Rolled
All right. And Herod, what is your first roll?
a 6.
So your first word is parents, and Herod.
Oh gosh. Okay.
And what was your first roll, Richard?
It was 19.
Your first word is crystals.
Ooh, okay.
All right. And then what was your second roll, Ingrid?
13.
So your second word is art supplies. So you have to pitch a business that has to do with art supplies and parents.
Okay.
And Richard, what was your other roll?
7.
7. Okay, so Richard, you have to pitch a business about sports and crystals.
That was funny.
All right, so I'll give you some time to come up with your ideas. And you really think of this like Shark Tank. You want me to buy in. You gotta give me all the reasons why this is gonna be the most successful business ever.
I'm ready.
All right.
So, cue the Shark Tank music that isn't actually the Shark Tank music because it's copyrighted. Doom. Mr. Richard, would you like to present your business pitch for the horses today?
It's great to meet you, horses. How are you?
Nay.
Clip clop, clip clop. Clip clop, clip clop.
Yes. So, how many of you are workout people? You work out?
A fair amount.
No.
Alright, cool. And let's say you go to the weight machines, right? You wanna pump up, you wanna get going.
Mm-hmm.
You ever notice anything about like the weight racks?
The weight racks, I mean, not particularly.
They're kind of boring.
Exactly.
Oh.
They're so boring.
Oh, I see.
Mm-hmm.
They're so freaking boring.
So boring, yeah.
But like, what if we took a material that was as heavy as rock, so could make nice, compact weights, but with the color and the beauty of crystals? So an incredibly simple idea. Why don't we make weights out of crystals? They're heavy, just like metal, In fact, some crystals are some of the heaviest things on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And they look beautiful. Check out this quartz weight right here.
Ooh.
You can see sort of the veins going through. We've also been able to make some out of other crystals.
Yeah, like rose quartz or
rose quartz. What else? Bauxite.
aquamarine, bismuth.
Aquamarine, bismuth. Exactly. And you can see that you get this incredible textured pattern, and it looks beautiful. I really picture these at like high-end gyms. Or anywhere that, these fitness places where you want to also look good, like maybe a hotel, a gym or something like that. I sell it for about $150, and they only cost about $60 to make. So that is a $90 profit margin. I'm asking for $20,000 in return for 0.7% of my company.
Okay.
Thank you, horses. That was my.
Can I ask a couple questions? Would you?
Of course.
For your demographic, I know there's a lot of people that believe that crystals have healing properties or spiritual, supernatural abilities. Would you include that sort of in your advertising?
I think that our advertising wants to appeal to all markets, right? So I wouldn't emphasize any claims that we cannot back scientifically, but absolutely, I would love to provide it to the people who see more of a spiritual connection to these elements, and I think that they would get great use out of our products, and I think that's an incredible market we can tap.
Yeah. And what was the name of your product?
Yes, it is, gemstones.
Simple. Nice. All right. Thank you, Mr. Richard, for your time. The horses will take that into consideration. Missing Herod, would you like to present to the horses next? What is your new product?
Hello, horses.
Clip clop, clip clop.
Hello.
Were any of you parents?
Bob is.
Yes.
Yes.
Bob.
Yeah, I am.
Okay. As parents, you know
I got a
that
little foal.
it's really hard to keep up with your job, your work, but also you want to provide a good holistic education for your child. You want to make sure that they are the best product that you can present to society. And so a lot of parents want their children to pursue hobbies, but one hobby that's kind of hard to pursue is the arts. There's so many mediums, there's so many supplies. Sometimes it can be hard, if that's something that you think your child is taking an interest in, to provide good, solid projects for them to work on. So that is where my product, Grow With Art, comes in.
Okay.
This is products that provide art supplies and art projects based on the age of the potential client. So we have products that are made for babies, ones for toddlers, ones for children, for tweens up through teens. We have a wide variety of pre-packaged, pre-made things that give art lessons, as well as a chance for them to show their own creativity. I think that I have seen science projects that have been packaged in this sort of similar vein, but I've never seen any for art, and I thought that I should tap that market. We also make specific sets for parties, for siblings, perhaps a younger and older sibling, and that is essentially the outline of my project.
So is this sort of like a mailed box that comes to your house every now and again, or is this something you buy in stores?
Either or. It is in stores such as Blick at this moment, but Yes, thank you, horses. Thank you.
Let's simmer down, horses, okay?
Jeez. I know, it's very exciting. It's very exciting. What? We all, what was that? My sister, what?
That was the Drew Gooden video that started playing after that. Oh no, sorry, Danny Gonzalez.
But I would see this mostly as a subscription service. Something that you could perhaps get as frequently as monthly or as infrequently as yearly. But something that will stay with your child as they are growing up. Because every child needs art in their life.
And can you remind us what your evaluation is, what you're asking for here?
Yes, of course. I'm asking for a $30,000 donation for 10%.
So you're valuing your company at $300,000 then?
Yes.
Well, I invest in people.
Of course.
And I feel like I've seen from you a lot of vision here with this company.
Thank you. Thank you, horses.
However, I just don't think you're quite at the place that I want you to be. So I'm afraid to say this, but I'm out.
Okay. All right.
As the head horse of this horse stable.
Nay.
I have to now choose between Mr. Richard and Missing Herod's products and decide.
Was that how this works?
That's how the game. That's how the game is won.
Horse stable works. Yeah.
Horse stable.
Wait, I was trying to get chosen. Wait, I need to decrease. I will. It's $5 for 50% of the company. It's a really good deal.
Hey, no take backsies. No take backsies.
So, I'm gonna think for a minute, and I'm specifically thinking on the uniqueness of each company.
Yeah, I mean, one was some beautifully crafted sports equipment,
One
and another was
was
just a box of tat.
Did you just say a box of tat?
Yeah.
You bitch. Thea doesn't even know what that means.
No, I don't. I assumed it was some British thing.
Yeah, it is. Okay,
Alrighty,
so
horses.
you could have see-through weights. Why would anyone need that? Or you could have well-educated, artistic children who are impassioned by the arts.
Alright.
Without
so I have
much effort on their parents' part.
Two thoughts right now. My heart always lies with the arts. I'm very big on encouraging creativity. However, the crystal weights, that is a product I have never heard of before. I know there's definitely a market for crystal items. They're very aesthetically pleasing to a lot of people, and other people have very high thoughts on sort of the spiritual aspect of crystals. And I think at the end of the day, Missing Herod, I very much liked your product. I thought it was very creative. However, I feel like I've seen very similar...
You don't have to do this.
I've seen very similar products before, and so I would like to see you maybe return with an idea of what makes it unique, that wow factor, and I look forward to seeing you then. But I think for today we are going to invest in gemstones, Mr. Richard's company.
They're so stupid. No one's gonna buy stupid
and Herod,
crystal weights.
You must leave the stable.
Clip clop, clip clop, clip clop, clip clop,
flip clop.
I find it funny that when we started this podcast, we were like, let's not lean into the horse thing too much. And now we're just full.
We're
full clip clopping.
Someone has to make fan art of us as horses.
That's horrible. Wait, maybe in the BoJack Horseman style, and not like furry horses.
Hey, are you discriminating against furries?
I'm not. I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready to see
Cancel Thea.
Cancel Thea. She's discriminating against. Hey, my roommate was a furry. I slept with.
Whoa.
I was gonna say I slept with a furry. That's not what I meant.
That's not. Remember to use the hashtag and Herod slept with a furry.
You know what? Sure, you can use that. I have no shame. I haven't slept with a furry, but you know what? I could.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, Thia, gallop us out, Thia, gallop us out.
Okay, well, just really quick, any final thoughts on today's topic?
I'm excited for you to make your business.
Yeah.
Do it.
You should. We're gonna be on your ass now. We're gonna be like, hey, so when's your business happening?
Well, I wanna finish the current commissions that I'm working on now, and then I might close commissions for a short bit and see if I can focus on that. But we'll see. Anyway, I have been 1/3 of your host, Thia.
And I've been 2/3 of your host, Richard.
And I have been the final third of your host, Angharad.
Thanks for watching.
We'll see you next time. Bye. Clippity clap.